Hello, back for more. I'm glad you made it through the other videos. So let's continue on with my paranormal incidences. As we go along, I will tell you how I got over these things at some point, giving you background information. So in addition to the other things that have happened previously, also a friend of mine and her family were staying here with us, and she and I went to go to the gas station, and it was in the evening, and our husbands were not here. The kids were here, and the gas station is just around the corner. But we went outside and we were walking toward the car, and there's like a bend in the road, and around the bend in the road, or the curve in the road, the lights hit the trees on the side of my driveway. And as soon as the light hit the trees, you saw someone go behind a tree. And so we freaked out. We jumped in the car. We didn't really move. Our husbands got home and they searched. There was no one. They couldn't find anyone. Also, we were sitting here playing games with the kids, and it sounded like, I don't know, a bomb went off or something, and like on my back porch. Nothing. There was nothing. We had a tenant in the apartment that we have that's attached to our house, and I was coming back from downstairs, and I was going up the stairs from the apartment, and between my husband's truck and one of our trees, I saw a man standing there, just standing there, like, and if it were a Ken doll or a mannequin or something standing there. And it ran up the stairs really fast, and I screamed as soon as I got inside, and there was nobody there. Maybe sometimes you kind of think you're losing your mind or whatever, but anyway, there was nobody there. And one can assume that somebody was going to the tenant's place, but it was just a dark figure standing there. I could see the white of the truck, but this person had no color, and it appeared to be a familiar person, but as I said, it was checked out. There was no one here. Before all of that, though, remember I told you that I was afraid to even look out the windows. When it got dark, I pretty much had to have my windows curtains pulled. And one time I was out in the yard in the daytime taking photographs of the fruit, and I had this terrible feeling, and so I took a picture underneath my house, and then I took another one a couple seconds later or so, maybe 5 seconds later, and ran back in the house and uploaded it. And I sent it to my cousin because of what I saw in the photo, and she saw something else also in the photo. And what I saw in the photo appeared to be an Indian with a feather, earrings, breastplate, and kind of like a bony nose or whatever. And excuse me, let me get a drink of water. Like all over me. So anyway, I sent that to her, and I didn't even see what she saw. She saw And after she told me what she saw, I was able to see it. It looked like a Grim Reaper standing next to the Indian. And it was a little taller. It was like a hooded figure and like a dark hood and like skeletal features. In the back bedroom, in the spare room, you would see lights. Even outside in the woods or whatever, you would see lights, and they're not fireflies. Not fireflies at all. I came home from the doctor one time, I think it was, and I was having trouble with my foot. And I saw what appeared to be an all-black figure in my backyard. And I started walking toward it. And with the trouble I was having with my foot and everything, and I got to thinking, I want to say that I got to thinking, what are you doing? You couldn't run from this thing if you had to, you know. So I didn't go all the way out there. Another time I had 2 dogs, and my dogs were going crazy. And I went and I looked out the window, and there was a man standing there in like a hoodie, staring up, looking into the window, but I couldn't see any features. He was solid black. There's a light, so I should have been able to see something, I would think. There was enough light. This was, I want to say this is maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe 2:30ish or something. I think it was Christmas Eve, and he was looking up, and probably like an average size man in a hoodie. Couldn't see any face, couldn't see any facial features. Everything was just like solid black. And when I say black, I mean like the black of this chair, the black of a computer, black ink. I mean, it was black. It was solid black. And I don't recall seeing any kind of a shadow from the light or anything on him. People used to be afraid to come here. They may see something outside. In fact, you could hear or see something going across the front porch, and you go to the door, there's no one there. I was sweeping the house, and my bedroom is central to the house, on one side. It's on the other side of the dining room, and I was in the living room, and I can see into my bedroom. My bedroom has a wall of windows, alright? The outside wall is windows, and my bed is on the wall. The head of the bed is on the wall of the bathroom, where the bathroom is. And in front of my bed I have a fireplace, and on my side of the bed is the wall of windows to the outside. On my husband's side of the bed is the door that leads into the hallway that goes into the bathroom, the kitchen, the spare room, but also is closet door on the opposite side, but on the one wall is the door that goes into the dining room. And I was standing in the living room. I was sweeping my floors because I have hardwood floors, and something caught my eye in my bedroom, and I looked, and I stood there, and I looked, and I saw this man. He was a slightly heavy-set man, older. His shirt was like a plaid shirt, but it was like a yellow-ish, goldish color plaid shirt, probably yellow and gray and white, something to that effect. He was kind of rounded figure, you know. And I looked at him, and it's just me and my son in the house. And on my side of the bed, he was like this. The whole time I looked at him, he didn't move. I saw him crouch down as I looked at him, you know. So movement catches my eye, you know. It's like going from the foot of my bed to the head of my bed, kind of. But about where my torso sleeps is where he stopped and just went. You know, it was kind of like not necessarily a defensive position to me. That's more of a offensive, like I'm going to pounce on you kind of thing, and just stared at me the whole time. And something else got my attention. I just took my eyes away and took my eyes back, and I saw him run through the wall into my bathroom. And you try to figure things out, and you can't really. You'd see white shadows or like puffs of smoke that moved around in the house. You would see black shadows. I remember coming out of my bedroom to go to the bathroom. Instead of going through the one way, I go out through the dining room, and there was a black person, not black person, but a black figure, like a shadow person, sitting on my couch. For the light coming through the window, there's enough light that you could see the figure of the person sitting there, sitting on my couch. And these are times when you try to ignore these types of things, or you flip on the light and there's nothing really there. And they're really kind of nerve-wracking sometimes. People would report seeing an evil-looking figure outside. Even my dad would say they can't come in, you know. Seems like after my dad died, things kind of amped up a little bit. In fact, a couple of months after my dad died, I was in my room on my computer, and all of a sudden all my electronics in my room turned on. My TV, so on and so forth. And I thought I rolled over on the remote, and I couldn't find the remote in the bed. And I didn't have my light on. And so I got up to go turn it off. And the remotes were on the nightstand next to my bed, and as I rounded the end of the bed to go turn the things off, it all went off. Another time laying in bed, something was rattling my handle, but nothing was there. In my closet, I've seen an Indian, or movement, anyway, inside the closet, and it's 6 foot tall or so. And my husband has seen an Indian in the closet. My husband's been pulled out of the chair, the reclining chair, pulled out of the reclining chair. He was attempted to be pulled out of bed. He was shoved out of the shower. I was sick. My son saw a shadow person, as I guess you call them, a solid black figure walking around in my room, and he'd come in there, Mom, who's in here with you? And it was just he and I in the house. My son was afraid to sleep in his room because of the brown man in the trees. He'd see a brown man. You think, okay, guys wearing brown clothes and stuff like that, my son says. And so you're thinking UPS man, but I don't know. Native American, thinking skins for clothes, you know, they portray Native Americans a lot in like buckskin clothes, and they're kind of brown, so I'm thinking that. I've taken pictures out in the yard where it seems like there's a puff of smoke or a skull or something on the ground, and there's not really, or a bright light in that one section or something. I have woke up in the middle of the night to something right here in my face. A not so nice looking something. You see stuff like that in movies, and you don't believe that kind of stuff happens, but it does. I was totally terrified to sleep in the dark. I was terrified to walk around at night in the house. Especially if there's no light on. I was afraid to be alone. I would be alone and I would see what appeared to be someone I knew walk through the house and go into the room that you clearly saw them enter into, only they're not here. They're with your dad at Walmart. I've had my name called. Well, anyway, I guess we can get into more paranormal experiences that I have had in this house and anywhere else. At some point in the next video, I'm going to start to close this video down, and I might do another video again today, but you know, there's only one way out of this, and that's God. And that's what helped me. And I'm not saying that these evil spirits don't try, because you know they do. They like to try and wear you down and everything, and get you to believe in them and to fear them and things like that. But you know what? Perfect love of Christ casts out all fears. And I don't want to give these things glory, but sometimes I think that our experiences that we've had in our lifetime can also help to witness to somebody. And I did begin ghost hunting. I've always had a need for details and things like that, and we'll talk more about ghost hunting and paranormal experiences, and what people say could be causing these things, and what I think is going on, so on and so forth, in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and share the video if you like. Thank you.